Battle control initialized.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Red Alert Gaming League Season 9 Minions Round 1. In the lower left corner, playing as Germany, we have Zackzorn in orange. And in the upper right corner, playing as Ukraine, we have Yara in teal. The map is Dual Cold Front again. This seems to be a very popular map. Let's go to the production tab. Zackzorn ahead by about 2 seconds in the production of his refinery. Both players cranking out troops at about the same rate. A little 2-on-1 from both sides. Zackzorn getting the losing side of that. Zackzorn with a rifle soldier going around to scout the enemy base. Yara with a double ref build and Zackzorn going War Factory first. Zackzorn with a pillbox in his pocket, good form. Willow doesn't like the War Factory first build on this. I don't necessarily dislike it. If it's used correctly, the early armor pressure can absolutely decimate enemy infantry. And Yara doesn't have a single... Well, he just came out with his first rocket soldier, moving out his main MCV after deploying his... refinery. Instead of going War Factory first, now he's going for an MCV push. That was absolutely amazing. That was the best use of an ore truck we have seen so far. Absolutely crushing about 12 infantry soldiers and tanking completely, providing great line of sight and holding off the offensive, also scouting the MCV. That ore truck deserves a promotion, at least. Wow, an offensive flame tower right at the mouth of Zackzorn's barracks. That's not good. This might be over pretty quick. Zackzorn sounding the retreat. Zackzorn's going to be far behind at this point, to say the least, and that army is just going to follow him to the ends of the earth. The Grenadier causing friendly fire. And Zackzorn, again, using the ore trucks offensively. Yara following Zackzorn's MCV with his own MCV. This reminds me of the Blues Brothers. Literally the best crushes I have ever seen from ore trucks. One ore truck going down. What are you gonna do? Those Grenadiers are no joke. Yara with an O, and Zackzorn calling it quits after 4 minutes and 33 seconds. 67 to 37. Let's go to the economy graph. Not a whole lot to say here, just a lot of cheese. Yara converting cash into bullets a little bit quicker, really planning on the cheese move. early on and just producing massive amounts of infantry that were very difficult to counter. Let's go on to game number 2.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Hello and welcome, Red Alert Gaming League, Season 9, Minions, Round 1. In the upper left corner, again, as Ukraine, we have Yara. In the lower right corner, again, as Germany, we have Zackzorn. Let's go to the production tab. Zackzorn about half a second ahead in the production of his barrack. And quick on the deployment. Yara going for a wide flank on the center. Zackzorn is going to camp Yara's oil derrick. And also might be able to remain stationary first. And he's going to get one of those riflemen. Both players now going double ref. Yara trying to find the back door. Trying to get the snipe on that engineer, but that's not going to happen. Or maybe it will. That is so close. That engineer really almost bit the big one right there. Yara once again going heavy into its infantry. Yara finally capturing his natural oil derrick about a minute and a half behind Zackzorn. Well, maybe not that long. Maybe only a minute. Anyway, another engineer. Or is that the same engineer? That's the same engineer. Yara's engineer now going for the hospital. Likewise, Zackzorn already ahead of him and with a pillbox ready in the build queue. Yara sitting on that war factory for just a second. Zackzorn coming out with his war factory a few seconds later. Mobile force versus stationary force. Zackzorn is going to hold the line right there. Yara out with a flak truck now. Nearly impossible for infantry to counter. Yara out with a ranger. And Yara sitting on his refinery. Yara sitting on his refinery for about 15 seconds. That's going to throw off his build order. Yara also taking center control of the map and bringing the flak truck back for repairs. Zackzorn queuing up a light tank to counter the flak truck. Both players with one hospital and one oil derrick. And that's some great scout placement from Yara. I wonder if he saw that ranger coming around. That ranger is loaded. I bet that's an NG in the passenger seat. And that light tank is not going to last long. Yara might just get the snipe on this oil derrick after all. With that NG still trucking away, Yara out with his first expansion. Zackzorn going tanks first. Out with his first medium tank. First heavy armor of the game. That is indeed a buttload of riflemen, and I don't know why he's doing that. With the flak truck in the field like that, all that's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of dead riflemen. That's it. There's really no way to counter flak trucks with riflemen unless you micro the heck out of them and surround them. Yara out with his first heavy tank. Heavy tank. Oh, a rifleman taking out that that ranger. Is Yara gonna see this in time? Yara distracted by his offensive, not realizing his MCV is about to go down. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. That is a full-on cap and sell. He probably could have escaped with it. Yara, mobile with his expansion MCV, not able to queue up a pillbox. I disagree with Men there. I think that I think he would have been able to get away if he had just escaped down this road and did a little micro with the pathing. I really think he could have gotten away with it, but it's just it's so funny just to sell it and then have a couple of troops in the enemy's base. What's this? Nobody cares. Yara camping the barracks. Zackzorn quickly changing the primary building so that his troops come out in a different location. And the tanks of Zackzorn finding Yara's last MCV. Yara with a MCV on the way. That'll be his second one of the game. Yara on 6 harvesters and 1 oil derrick to Zackzorn's 4 harvesters. And Zackzorn with a sizable army moving towards Yara's main. Yara reestablishing build order or build radius in his main base. And if those tanks just camp right there, I think they'll find that ore truck. Yara with a massive offensive into Zackzorn's main. Zackzorn's service depot going down. His power plant going down. He's probably going to lose a war factory or two. But this might be indeed a base trade about to happen. Although Yara doing a decent job of holding off Zackzorn while Yara's forces are just going to town in Zackzorn's base. Zackzorn's last war factory going down, and Zackzorn left with no choice but to base push. Base pushing ultra close. Yara knows that he's there. Deploying rocket troopers and flame towers. The forces of Yara on a warpath. cutting a line through the enemy eco. Zackzorn is down to 1 harvester. And Yara nearly doubling his income. Yara's forces reversing and absolutely decimating the rifle contingent of Zackzorn. Zackzorn consolidating his forces in the upper expansion base push that he has. This is his last stand. And it looks like he's about to lose his final harvester as well. Zackzorn not a fan of rocket troopers. And Zackzorn calling it game at 10 minutes and 36 seconds, 428 to 227. Let's go to the economy graph. Both players about even until minute 5, where Yara is able to snipe Zackzorn's oil derrick and just maintain an advantage with his eco cranking out expansions and ore trucks at a faster rate. Let's take a look at the army graph. The first main battle event really sets the tone for the game, I think. If you're able to maintain map control early in the game and just be smart with your engagements early on, all you have to do is maintain that advantage. It's very difficult to come back from behind in Red Alert. The early game really sets the tone for the rest of the game. Anyway, both games going to Yara. This is Red Alert Gaming League Season 9 Minions.
Battle control terminated.